Greetings, 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 and welcome to Heal Talk Tuesdays with Liza. It's so good to be here with you, isn't it? Well, today we're going to be talking about something that it's a part of our daily life, and it's called making commitments and or the promises. And what is the difference between making a promise or making a commitment? And that's my question to you. Have you ever made promises that you have broken? Yes, I'm sure that you have also made commitments, or others said, I promise, and they broke their promise, or they made commitments and they did not follow through. So let us become a little bit more clear about the differences between commitment and promise. Promise is something that I promise to do, to say, to take an action. So it's outside of me. It is a promise to call you. It is a promise to maintain something. So the difference is it's the intention. A promise is the intention of I want to do this, right? Whereas commitment is, it's a fact. It is something that it's an actionable, it is present, and it's like saying, I'm giving you my word. When we say, I'm giving you my word, most often we honor our word. Most often. And yes, there are those who flake out and everything. But a commitment is, especially when we commit to do the things we want, taking action. And it's not the intention, but it is the action. So one becomes philosophical and the other one becomes actionable. Now, here's the thing. When we want to make a commitment, and I am sure you have made commitments in your life, it's like setting a goal. I am committing to be in this relationship. I am committing to do this project, and I take it on. I'm committed to be a part of this team for the duration, right? So there is a goal, a vision behind it. And I wonder, how often have you set a goal and how you promised? And how often did you keep your promises? There is a lot of people who, once you start listening to the language, they say, I will try to be there. I promise I will try. So I promise I will try is I'm setting the intention, but I will try to do that. Instead of saying, I am fully committed and I will be there. It's a whole difference. So when we think about it, as I've said many, many times, for those of you who don't know me, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist helping you shift your mindset as a reset from the core. So the subconscious mind understands fully and completely what taking ownership and committing is. And it is harder for us to uncommit unless something happens versus, oh, it's a promise. And we have, I know I've made so many promises to go on a diet, stay on a diet for a habit or something, and I broke my own promises. And I wonder, hi, hello, promises future, commitment is present and future. Yes, Danielle, yes, thank you. Promises can be broken, and commitments are not as easy because it's truly, again, it's the word. And it is the present, it's the actionable. Hi, Seda John, how are you? So when we think about it, that's what it is. It's Even you, Daniel, you have made promises professionally, you have made promises personally, and when you think about the promise you made to your family and the promise that you made to this new venture you have set foot, and people rely upon you as part of their team because it feels we're all committed and we're all in this together, there is a sense of ownership. So that's where the commitment comes versus the promise, the intention of I will follow through. So how do we create the steps to making a commitment and stick by it? First, have a set goal. And when you make a commitment, know yourself. Do you believe that as you are committing to this, is this for your best intention? And so that's the next one. You need, once you set the goals, it's good to revisit your goals every so often, maybe once a month, if not twice a month, to see if you are on track with your commitment. And it could be, again, personal or professional. And setting goals is this, it's like saying, yes, that's done. We dream big. We have this beautiful desire, the glorified desire, and making miracles happen. And yet it is the steps we take in order for that to come to fruition, right? So creating routines, every single day doing something. And when we are committed in a relationship, it's knowing that I am committed here, and I also commit to listen to you. I am committed to provide for you. I am committed. And taking the actions, even writing it sometimes, or drawing it, and living by your own commitments, your word to yourself, because that's more valuable, because you're talking about you, to you, before someone else. And then stay inspired. You know, being committed is the why. Why do I feel I am committed? Because the why is bigger than the commitment. Sometimes that's what we need. That's what will create the spark in you. It's, you know how some people say you just awakened my mojo, you sparked something in me. That's exactly what it is. So I have made a commitment to be a part of Facebook Lives, to do my Heal Talks, to bring value to you. So perhaps one person listening will make a shift. And or even think, I never knew that there is a difference between promise and a commitment. I wonder what promises I broke, or the things that I made a commitment and I have seen it through. You know, sometimes it's turning that light bulb and recognizing yourself. And if you have been breaking promises, why? Why do you make promises and break them? Or if you made commitment, what happened? What was the trigger that you did not follow through your word, your commitment? So there is a lot of things we can go into the blame, into pointing fingers. But what if at this moment you turned that mirror and you looked? You know, because the hand can be a mirror, the hand can also be a wall. We can literally walk around and saying, you know, it's not my fault. I had nothing to do with it. It's all about you. It's pointing fingers or the hand. It's like, I am safeguarding me. Whereas if you were to shift and turn it around and face the mirror, even if it is temporarily, and think to yourself, what hand did I have in this? What could I have changed? How did I break my promise, maybe not to them? Or was I really committed? Was I committed in this work? Was I committed to this team? Was I committed to this relationship? Or I got in here with the best intention, but I didn't give the word to myself that I'm going to do best and be the best and stand up or show up with my best. So when we look at the bigger picture, it's always good that as we shed a light and we look outside, to also bring the flashlight and shed a light in our heart, in our intention, in our mindset. So it would be a great exercise if you look, even put a piece of paper and draw a line right smack in the middle of that piece of paper, and you put all my commitments and all the promises. Yours, not what other people have promised you, what other people said I'm committing to, but your own. And just write everything down. And see which ones was easier for you to step out or break them. Okay? Most probably you will recognize that most of the promises you made was to others, and the commitments that you did not honor your own word. And if you look, it would probably be the same from others. So stay accountable. Take ownership. And it's okay. It's okay to be honest. It's great to be accountable and take ownership, because you want you to feel good. And we don't feel good by looking outside, but we look better and feel better when we start healing our own wounds and saying, wow, I didn't realize. How can I change this? What does it take for me to, the next time when something happens, I become more aware and cognizant, and when I'm making a commitment, this one, I see through. I see it through. And it could be just a simple commitment. I'm going to come and pick you up, and I will be there at 7 o'clock. And even if you have a headache, even if something you don't feel like getting up, you say, I'm going to shift. I'm going to be there at exactly 2 minutes before 7 o'clock, because I am committing to myself to arrive there on time. And the last is stay on course. Realize that in life, everything is a journey. And rituals. Hi, Chris. Yes, creating rituals. Commitments are rituals in a way. And our rituals create this beautiful pattern, a positive pattern. When we come to gratefulness, when we come to own our response and take responsibility, it gives us a sense of, how do I say? Feels good to own up. It feels good to speak up. It feels good for you to stand up for yourself and say, if I hadn't realized until now, or if I did realize, I want to make a change. And Seda says, it's like commitment that bride and groom making fun of all guests, and it happens that after a while it doesn't work. Yes, actually, at that moment, such a beautiful thing that you say, I am committing to be in this relationship with you. But Sarah John, here's the thing. So many go to the altar and step up at the altar. And believe it or not, I know this for a fact, that sometimes we or they hold their peace. And they are afraid to speak up. Maybe they even know what's in their heart or what's about to happen. They have this hesitation, but they don't want their parents or other people to feel bad because they are going to say, you know what, I know something is off, but I'm going to give it all, even though I'm not all in. And then there's sometimes they're fully committed, and yes, life does happen. Life happens because of circumstances. But what is our commitment? Our commitment, first and foremost, is to ourselves. Our wellness, our health, because no matter what happens when we get married, no one comes to feed you. They don't come inside the house to know what's happening. And I know so many brides and grooms that got married and they held their, they didn't say anything because they did not want to disappoint their parents, or they didn't want the gossip to happen. So, and then there's the Cinderella who gets married with all the beauty and vision, and then they say, I never saw it coming. Do they not see it coming? They probably did. But how much of a commitment? So in life, things do happen. And we are talking about the ones that say, I am committing. And first and foremost, committing to their own word, their life, their joy, and their happiness. So I'm not here to make you happy, but I am here to be happy with you. That I am with you because I believe my life will also enhance by being with you. And for that, I am committed to do everything to be happy with you. And if we can make that distinction, instead of thinking, you are going to make my life absolutely wonderful, because that's a promise. So I hope that this small little, and then there's ones who get into a committed relationship, and because they have given their word, they make it happen. And that's where the magic happens, because we are committed. Our commitment is a vow. The word to ourselves first, and then to someone else, or a group, a community, for the betterment of our lives. So that's today's message. I made a promise to come and speak about this, and I made the commitment to arrive and come live at the right time, because it is Heal Talk Tuesday. And for whoever is getting this message, I hope it delivered something, a nugget. And for you being present right here, right now, I want to say thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. And by all means, if any of these messages make a difference, subscribe to my channels, show up, share it, like it. A heart is more important than a like because you loved it. And it's all about algorithms. It's not that. I come here not because of the algorithms, but making a difference. And every single day, from the day I realized the difference between commitment and promise, I'm standing up, showing up, and making commitments. If not, I hold my peace. So until next week, God bless you. And always remember, if you text 818-221-2797 and text relax, you will get a gift from me, an audio recording to help you relax and unwind. Until next week, keep your promises and commit to your word. I love you too, Chris. Thank you for being here. See you soon. Ciao.